Okay, now you should be able to hear something. Let's see. I'm going to keep talking until my YouTube catches up. If it is catching up. I'm a mess. Y'all should know that. Now you should be able to. There we go. There we go. Now it's going good. All right, so yeah, I just got back from the grocery store. I still have groceries in the back of my car. Got to bring in. That's why I'm not taking my coat off. So I need to go do that. But I am going to go ahead and start the chat. Hi, Janine. Jean? Marcella? I'm going to go ahead and start the timer so we can go ahead and get this sprint started. And then I'm going to mute the screen and go get my groceries really fast. And then I'll be back in 2 shakes. So bear with me. Okay. So, if you are here, I think you may have missed a couple of things from the beginning. I am a poor planner, and I went to the grocery store right before the live stream. It was like in between the follow through fix video and, the grocery store. I had 2 hours. I could go to the grocery store, it'd be all good, and then I can come back and do this live stream. And of course, I messed around. I took too long. See, what happened is in my little town that I have here. Oh, let me change the orientation of the screen and turn on. See, poor planner. Poor planner. So, got some good outlines in. That's good. So, I went to the grocery store. I guess I can tell you the rest later. You probably don't care about that part. But anyway, I came back just in time to come in here. I actually started the stream a few minutes late, and then of course my microphone doesn't work, and I have one of those chairs that's slowly shrinking every few seconds, and it's kind of annoying. I need a new chair, I think. But yeah, so I have groceries. Most of the cold stuff, or all of the cold stuff, is away, but I still have some stuff that's in bags, so I'll have to take care of those later. But nothing will go bad at this point, so I'm happy about that. Things happen, yes. Thank you. Thank you for understanding. So I haven't honestly touched this story since the last time I live streamed, because I've been having some issues lately. And yesterday, I wanted to go to like a Starbucks or to a coffee shop and just write like I had done like 2 weeks before. But I forgot that I had a family obligation to drive all over creation and then come home very late. So yesterday, me, my brother, his girlfriend, their 2 children, they're not together children, but they're both kids that kind of grew up together, and my mom and dad, we took 2 separate cars, and we drove to this place out in Missouri, like in the middle of nowhere, and it's called the Fudge Factory, and it's in a city that's actually called Uranus. I know it's kind of silly, but they've got all these puns all over the place there. It's hilarious. But we went there. I bought some fudge, more than I should have bought, but I bought most of it for my family, so I can't say that I bought it for myself, because I only had a little tiny bit, but I spent a lot of money there. And then we drove 3 hours to go to a place called Lambert's Cafe, and Lambert's is really awesome. It's so good. It's like country cooking kind of thing, and it's everything else like that too. And it was like crazy, because the whole day, like I got to my mom's house. She lives about 20-25 minutes away. I got to her house at 9:30 in the morning. Her and my dad got in my car, and then we took off. And it took us, I didn't get home myself until like 10 or 10:30 last night, because I stopped off at my sister's to drop off the chocolate that I bought. And it was just a crazy day. So I didn't get any writing at all done yesterday, but I had a really good time though. My mom and dad, they're kind of up there in age now. They're higher 70s, they're late 70s, and yeah, they had a really good time. My mom can't drive anymore. My dad doesn't like to anymore, even though, because let's put it this way, he was in his prime. He did stock car racing, and so his driving scares the crap out of my mom. And so that would not go over well at all. And he still drives kind of crazy. He always has. It was always kind of funny to us kids, but my mom was always, over at the passenger seat holding on to that oh shit handle, Michael, slow down. So it was always good fun. And yeah, I'll miss that one day. But everybody had a really good time. We had a really good meal, and it was just an altogether good day. So what have you been up to lately? I know that you're working on an outline. Let's see, you got some good outlines in. So what kind of a story are you writing? What genre is it? If you don't mind talking about it, I guess. We have about 50 seconds, so whatever you want to talk about. What I'm writing is supposedly a cozy mystery. It might not be as cozy-ish as I want it to be. I'm not sure. I know it's going to have a lot of the qualities that the cozy mysteries have. Like, there's not going to be any, like, overt, like, violence. It's not going to have any, like, really high tension sexual scenes. So it's kind of like tamed down mysteries. But I'm not sure if I can really call it a cozy mystery yet. I think I need to really put some cozy elements in there. And the girl that my main character, she is from a small town and she is going to be spending more time there with her family. So it might qualify as a cozy before I get done with it. I'm not really sure. But I think it'll be very, very interesting as soon as I get it done. And on that note, my 25 minutes is back on the clock. So I think I will go ahead and get this next sprint started. And, you know, I've got no groceries to put away at this very second. So hopefully I will be able to get some good writing in this session. So 25 minutes on the clock, and then I'm going to mute the screen. So we will see. Okay. Good luck. Okay. I just spent time looking up something in the dictionary electronically. I kind of wish I still had my book. I don't know where I put it. I don't think it's on my bookshelf in there. I don't know. But I think I have spelled this wrong, and I've already made the dictionary on Scrivener remember it, so now I'm going to have trouble. Now I have to figure out how to get into the dictionary in Scrivener and try to fix that mistake, because it should not have learned that word, because it's not a word. So, my bad. Spelling. Nope. Crazy. So, alright. I'll tell you about my grocery store silliness. So, I wanted to just go really quickly to the grocery store earlier. I had 2 hours, so I thought I had plenty of time. And I went to my local neighborhood Walmart. It's the small one, just like the grocery store one. And I pulled in there to the parking lot, and I saw that there were people standing at the door that were like, I think the last time I saw them there, they were like little football players from the local school or something, collecting money. And whenever you're at like the Walmart that's the neighborhood store Walmart, they're blocking the only entrance. And I hate walking through those people. Like, it started with the Girl Scouts, because the Girl Scouts used to do that, and I hated walking by those because they had cookies, right? And I can't have stuff like that anymore, so I tried to avoid them. And then I kind of felt like a jerk for avoiding them, but then now I walk by these little kids with like their uniforms on or whatever for like the sporting events. I don't even know which one it was. I honestly didn't pay that much close attention to it, because I ended up just, I was going to go in through a side door, but no, I decided just to go to the other Walmart, the one that's all the way across town, the one that's the super Walmart, because the eyebrow pencil that I have, they don't usually have that at the neighborhood market stores. They have that at the super Walmart, so I went to that one instead. And I get there, and of course they don't have any of the kind that I like, the color that I need in stock, so I couldn't get that. And then I started walking around, and I was hungry. You should never go to a grocery store hungry. That's just a big mistake, because everything that you see is what you want to buy. And I didn't have that kind of money to buy stuff like that either. But I did. I bought a bunch of stuff, and too much. I spent too much time staring at the shelves, thinking about what I wanted to buy. It was just a mess. So, short story is I avoided like giving the football players $5, but I ended up spending a lot more money and time at the other Walmart because I'm a fool. That's how it works. So silly me. And another thing is I never carry cash with me, like ever. And that's usually enough. That's usually, I can walk by and say, I'm sorry, I don't carry cash. Like if anyone asks me for change or anything like that, that's my standard answer. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm poor. I can't afford to give everybody money, right? So that's what I do. That's my standard thing. And I don't know, it's just so silly of me. But the last time I walked by those boys that had like little football helmets in their hands, like several months ago, I think it was like last fall, but these kids, I was like, well, I'm sorry, I don't carry cash with me, and they're like, oh, no problem, we can do Venmo. I'm like, oh, okay, great. So I ended up giving them $5 on Venmo. And I didn't want to repeat that tonight. I don't like using Venmo. It sucks. I do Cash App, though. I like Cash App. Cash App is easy, and you can design your own card. That's silly, I know. So as far as writing goes, though, I didn't get as much done as I would hoped to have gotten done. I keep going back and forth. I keep moving this chapter that I'm writing like up the board because I think this isn't my main character's point of view. This is like the bad guy's wife. It's her chapter basically. So it's like her going into the bar to check out what he's been up to because he's been, funneling money out somehow, illegally of course, and she's catching on to it. And it was her money initially, so it's like he's pretty much stealing from her because the family business was her family's business, not his. He married into it. It's her money. And she's going to make him pay for the stupidity that he has done. So he is skipping town, basically. If you ever read the book, I hope you forget what I'm just saying because, well, it might actually change before it gets published too, because there's a long way to go and I keep changing things up, and this chapter might end up on the cutting room floor. Who knows? I'm still trying to figure things out, and it seems like all of these, I have all of these things figured out, like for different acts, different chapters and stuff, and I feel like every time I pull a post-it off of this board to work on, do you know what happens? It goes in a different direction, like completely in a different direction. I'm missing something when it comes to storyboarding because my story keeps changing and the board is kind of useless if you don't use it, right? I don't know. Hopefully it'll be okay. Hopefully the story will still make sense when it's completely written, and I'm gonna try to go over it a second time myself just to make sure to see if I can catch anything that wasn't cohesive in the story. And after I'm done looking at it, I'll do the second pass through, and then I'll try to find some beta readers and see if they can help me see if anything looks a little off to them. So, yep, that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so 25 minutes is on the board again. I'm going to go ahead and get started again. I'm going to mute the screen and try to carry through. So good luck if you're writing. Whatever else you're doing, I hope you do it well. So you got 25 minutes on the clock. I'll see you after. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and start the 5-minute timer. Sorry, I think something tried to go down the wrong tube, and I'm coughing. But while I was at the store, I decided to try to get a Venus flytrap for the first time ever. And then I realized that they need a lot of sunlight. And I'm like, my dingy little apartment doesn't get direct sunlight anywhere. And if I put it in the afternoon sunlight in the back bedrooms, in the windowsill or something, it wouldn't get that much sunlight. It wouldn't get that many hours of sunlight. And it would probably dry out pretty quickly. So I'm considering possibly getting a grow light of some sort. I've never really had a grow light before. I don't really know how they work, but I've been looking on Amazon, and I know that they have some there. So I think I might have to get some lights for this little guy. And I also got a couple of other plants too, just normal ones, but I've always been curious about these guys. I've never had them before, but I want to see how they work. Sorry, I don't know why I keep coughing. But anyway, so my writing session went pretty well. The last 5 minutes I honestly spent time with this. So I looked up information about it, because once I read that it needs that much sunlight, I'm like, oh no, I don't have that much. My poor plant's gonna die already. I knew I shouldn't have bought these guys. Yeah. Does my thumb look green to you? No, it's not. So I'm trying to do everything I can. Hi, Sona. Are you writing today? Are you working on anything else, or you just surfing channels looking for somebody to talk to? I'm glad you found me. I'm a writer. I write cozy mysteries, and I think I'm doing a lot of live streaming lately, trying to write the book, and I feel like it's not getting done as quickly as I wanted it to. But the only time that I actually sit down and write is if I do writing sprints. And so the time there that you see right now, well, maybe I should make myself bigger and not smaller. Okay, so the timer that you see now, it's like a Pomodoro sprint method timer. So it gives me 25-minute sprints and then a 5-minute break in between. So right now we're on the 5-minute break. And as soon as that's over, we're going to go back to another session of writing. Now you can see the green buttons at the top. That means that I've already done 3 sprints, so I only have one 25-minute sprint to go. So that's a pretty good indication that I'm going to get at least another 25 minutes to write, and then I have to go back to laundry, because my day job is again tomorrow, so I need to get some clean clothes to wear to it. Yeah, I have my washer and dryer both loaded right now. I need to run the dryer again, because I haven't touched it in a couple hours, and it's been dry for a couple hours. So the cycle, just to make it like fluff up or whatever. And then I'll have some clean clothes. Then I'll have to worry about the lunches, because that's something else I need to do, is make sure I have my lunch ready to go when I leave in the morning. Because otherwise I'm going to be running late, and I'm always running late, and I hate it. So I feel like I get things done the night before, and that way I know that it's already ready. I don't have to like take time to go do it, because I have a really bad time with keeping track of time. So that's not a pun. That's exactly how it is. So I'm trying to do everything I can, take steps before I'm late, to make sure that I don't be late, because I have a bad time with that, and I hate it. And I'm pretty sure my managers probably hate it too. So, and I just started this new job not long ago, back in December, and I haven't really been late too often at all. So I'm trying to keep up the positive momentum with being on time and writing when I'm supposed to be writing and stuff like that. So, yep, that's the way it is. Okay, 25 minutes is back on the board, and I'm going to go ahead and get started on this last sprint. If you're joining me, I'm glad you're here. I hope you have some luck with your writing or whatever it is that you might be doing. You don't have to be writing, you can be doing anything you want, I suppose. But you're going to have a timer of 25 minutes to time your way through it. Sorry. My throat's acting up now. Okay. All right, I'll see you in 25. Okay. That 25-minute sprint is over. I am much further along on this chapter. And how did you do? Did you do any writing? I don't know what you were working on before. So my chapter has kind of gone a little slow at this point. It keeps going in its own way. It's like I make this board back here, like a storyboard that has all the different chapters and stuff on it. And every time I take one of those off of there, it doesn't go the way that it's supposed to on the Post-it, right? It's like, it's got a mind of its own, I swear. And I keep trying to put it back on track, but it's just impossible. So I'm just going to work with it. Maybe I'm more of a pantser than I thought. I don't know. I feel like I need to have some kind of system in place of where it's going, where the story's going, but it's always changing. It's always like updating by itself almost, it seems. So I don't know. It's kind of strange. Writing is an interesting thing. And until you get the full story down on paper, it's hard to say sometimes where it's going to end up. I know where I want it to end up. I know how the story's supposed to end, but getting there is a different story. And I'm wondering if I keep going linearly like I've been doing, will it end up in a different place, or will it end up where I want it to end up? These are all questions I don't have answers to yet because I've never actually completed a book. So, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But until next time, let's see. Housekeeping stuff. So I'm doing this every Sunday night, 6 o'clock. Next time I promise not to be late because I will not procrastinate my grocery shopping, and I won't go to a different grocery shopping just to avoid giving some kids with football helmets $5. If you weren't here for that, you'll have to watch one of my previous break times. But I'll make sure that I had my shopping done. I'll make sure I have everything done. I think what slowed me down this week is being gone all day Saturday. That's what did it. I usually do stuff on that day, so I don't have to do everything on Sunday, and it kind of messed up, so oh well. And that's my own fault, probably. I should have planned better. But anyway, I know better for next time, and just so you know, I already have an excuse for next Saturday, because next Saturday I have to go to a bridal shower. I guess she would be, my cousin is getting married. Yeah, I guess she would be my cousin. She's much younger, but she always seems like my aunt is always the one that's almost my older sister's age. So it's like she's always so young, and I never really considered her my aunt. I always considered her more like my cousin. And now her kid is the one that's getting married, and I don't know, it's just strange. She's much younger, and I think she just graduated from, well, not graduated, but she's like in school to be a nurse or something. I don't know. She's doing very well for herself, let's put it that way. And she's getting married, I think, in May, maybe June, one of those 2 months this year. But her bridal shower is on next Saturday, I believe. And so I will not be able to do any writing that day. But I have decided to go ahead and let's do this. Okay. Yeah, I have decided to go ahead and do a live writing session on a weeknight on Thursdays, but I'm not doing it live on YouTube unless you go through an unlisted stream, if that makes sense. Now let me explain that, because I started a Patreon, and the only level I have is a free level. So as long as you go to the Patreon, sign up for, not really sign up, but click on my information if you find me, and you can go to the live stream through there. It's free. I'm not charging anybody anything. I'm just opening it up, seeing what it's about, and seeing, you know, somewhere down the line, if I am consistent with the information that I put on there and the streaming information, and if I create new videos for it, you know, it'll be different down the road. Let's put it that way. But for now, it's free, and I think that if I go through Patreon and use an unlisted stream of YouTube, then I can be more myself, I guess. So we'll see how that works out for me. There may never be anybody showing up to that one, so I can totally be myself, and nobody will be talking to me, and it'll be great. So that's a thing. So anyway, thank you for coming tonight. If you're out there still, I appreciate it. Thank you for putting up with my strangeness sometimes, being late and having to go get my groceries out of the car in the middle of the first stream that I did, a first sprint. Yeah, it's one of those days. So I guess if nothing else, I will see you next Sunday. And take care. Have a great night.